Greetings YouTube and welcome back to another vlog. So before we start, I quickly want to apologise because the last vlog I did, I promised that I would upload more content. I had plans to upload more stuff, but unfortunately a lot of stuff has happened since, so I wasn't able to upload what I would have had planned. But more positive news, I finally got the community tab on my channel. And you know what, I was not expecting that at all. I just assumed that YouTube will give it to people who have 500 subscribers or more. But they've now changed it to where anyone can get the community tab if you've been on YouTube for longer than 2 months. So the number of subs and videos don't really matter. Which, that surprised me. Because I thought only certain channels were allowed to have the community tab. All I can say is to YouTube, for once I'm going to actually thank them, and in some ways I'm going to thank you guys for helping the channel grow. Yes, it has been a slow and steady process. I've lost a few subs here and there, but honestly, I don't really mind it. It's the interaction that gives me the most joy. And again, I really appreciate it. So thank you. Right, what shall we talk about today? Yeah, of course, there's always drama going on. But I'm not talking about Top Hat Gaming Man and Lady Decade this time, though they have been in they've been in more trouble, and apparently they've deleted their Twitter or whatever. I don't understand at this point. I'm exhausted from talking about it. But yeah, the drama this week involves Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, so the Man United and Portuguese legend has thrown his toys out the pram, saying that Manchester United, it feels like the club have betrayed him, even though from what I've seen it's been the other way round. Ronaldo is saying that he feels like Man United have treated him like dirt pretty much, though there are some things I do agree with him on. Some. I know he's saying the facilities at Old Trafford and the training ground at Carrington are all outdated. Which, yes, they are. Yeah, because I've seen parts of Old Trafford, when it's raining it leaks. Some parts of the stadium have not been updated since the 1990s. Yeah, the Glazers have been there since the mid-2000s. And obviously they've not updated the facilities with the money that they've had. I mean, yeah, there's some parts at Old Trafford that, yeah, I went on a stadium tour there with a college a number of years ago. Yeah, I think you know my opinion on that, but I'd say there's some parts of the stadium where, as they looks modern than most parts, they're quite, as I say, in need of repair and update. Yeah, a lot of parts of the stadium are looking extremely tired. And that's why at Anfield they updated like the stands and everything. So United are the most successful club in English football. Sorry about that. Stupid allergies. But yeah, Manchester United, they're the most supported club in England and one of the biggest supported clubs in the world. And you'd think they'd update some of the facilities and bring it up to date. But of course they haven't. And Ronaldo's complaining about it, fair enough. But unfortunately, what are you going to do about it? Not an awful lot. The Glazers can do whatever the hell they want. Whether you disagree with their choices, which I'm sure most people do, you can't do anything about it. You cannot. So, yeah. But I know he was saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer deserved more time, which I gotta be honest with you, he had more time than he deserved. Let's be honest with you. Yeah, he you could tell he tried his best, but results like 5-0 home defeat to Liverpool last season and 4-1 Watford. Yeah, I know he's saying this. Solskjaer deserved more time, but he had more time. Then, yeah, Ronaldo said that United have gone backwards. They have gone backwards. Let's be honest with you, they have. But But other than that, I completely disagree with the way he's handled himself. He's complaining about some of the younger players not caring for the club. Yeah, fair enough, but you can't criticise that because clearly Ronaldo hasn't cared. He has not cared this season at all. Whether he's yeah, what he has done for Manchester United in football, fantastic. He's easily one of the best players I've ever seen. I think he has one of the greatest players of our generation, and I don't think we'll see anything like him again. But you've got to address the elephant in the room, and that is, of course, his attitude. Yeah, you can be unhappy, but there's better ways of displaying it. Yeah, and so he's been criticising some of the young players, even though Ronaldo himself hasn't been playing at his best. I know, obviously, you're going to get these Ronaldo fanboys defending him, and that's their choice. That's their problem. They're going to have to deal with it themselves. But I know he had an interview on Piers Morgan. Yeah, saying that he felt disrespected by Manchester United and that he should have left. Well, yeah, in some ways, United should have terminated his contract. I'll be honest with you, they should have terminated his contract in the summer because clearly he wasn't happy. But he's just been really, really childish about it. And I know when he's criticising his former teammates and saying that they're not his friends, those former teammates of him when he was playing at United in his first spell. Yeah, he was playing with Gary Neville and Wayne Rooney, and he said that they were never his friends. But when I was watching United during that time, Ronaldo and Rooney's partnership for Manchester United, one of the best partnerships I've ever seen in the Premier League. In fact, one of the best football partnerships I think I've ever seen. But yeah, I've seen plenty of good partnerships like Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal. Liverpool in the late 2000s with Steven Gerrard and Fernando Torres. I absolutely loved that team. That was probably my favourite Liverpool team growing up. You know, even though the Liverpool squad now is much better than that team of 2008-2009. Not at the moment, but I just like that team a lot more. There was something about that team under Rafa Benitez. Until he overplayed Torres, and of course he ended up becoming injury prone, and in the end, Benitez in a way ruined Torres' career. It was in his peak, it was just absolutely fantastic, and then he was on a decline. Though he did win the Champions League with Chelsea. But anyway, getting back on track with Cristiano Ronaldo, he's criticising Gary Neville and Wayne Rooney for giving him constructive criticism. Yeah, constructive criticism, you can learn a lot from it, but not handling it means you're a bit of a coward. Yeah, everyone has to handle criticism. Everyone. I have to handle criticism at work. It's part of life. If you can't handle criticism, you're an absolute coward, and you're not going to become a better person if you don't deal with it. Yeah, and he was like calling out United. I know, and he I don't know, he was waffling about Eric Ten Hag and saying that he's useless. And then he said that he had never heard of Ralph Ragnick, who of course was he was in charge of United for a tiny bit when Solskjaer went. Yeah, Ronaldo said he had never heard of him. But yeah, he's not happy at all. I mean, I'll be here all day discussing about it, so I think we'll move on because I'm going to give myself a headache. So anyway, what have I been doing since I've not been uploading? Well, like I said, I've been in work all the time. But yeah, my workplace did something for charity a few days ago. Yeah, they did a gaming day. Yeah, they were doing the gaming day for like yeah, they were doing like some charity thing. I'm not sure. Not sure what kind of charity it was. Might have been for the hell's going on with me mic. Me mic was just going, not me mic, me camera was just going a bit weird then, so I apologise for any glitches. But getting back on track, my workplace did a gaming day thing for charity. I'm not sure whether it was for children in need or something. But yeah, they had like 5 different screens going on there. Some person brought in the PS5, and you know what? Yeah, it was the first time I ever played on the PS5 because getting a hold of one is a pain in the arse. You cannot get hold of a PS5. You can if you're lucky, but yeah. But I don't know how people are able to buy the PS5 at the prices that it is. But yeah, I can't remember what game it was I was playing on the PS5 though. It was like some racing game. And you know what, I gotta be honest with you. I actually quite liked the PS5. I quite liked it from what I played, but would I get one? Possibly. I know I thought I wouldn't be able to get one, and I thought I'm not going to get one. The modern stuff doesn't really interest me. Though one day I may give the PS5 the benefit of the doubt and see how it is. Yeah, and then there was someone had the Xbox One hooked up. Yeah, they had an Xbox One. They were playing Fortnite on it, which I'm not for me, but the other people were enjoying it. There was one screen with FIFA, which was also on the Xbox One. Some other person was playing. Some other group were playing like one of the new Call of Duty games. I'm not sure which one because clearly I couldn't give a shit about Call of Duty. I had my fun with them in the late 2000s and early 2010s, but you know what? I just got a bit bored of the first person shooter thing. But I get it has its fans. I was one, but those times have changed. But the one that impressed me the most was one of my work colleagues. They brought in the Sega Mega Drive, and I was like, yeah, yes, baby. Yeah, they brought in the Sega Mega Drive, which is a Model 1 Mega Drive, the best one to go for in my opinion, because it's got the headphone jack. I've got a Mega Drive 1. My Mega Drive works when it wants to. I might have to replace it at some point. But yeah, we were playing a few games on there. We were of course playing Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition. Yeah, you gotta have Street Fighter 2. The only problem was they had the normal like 3-button controller for Street Fighter. So for those who've not played Street Fighter on the Mega Drive, if you're using the 3-button controller, you have to press start to switch between the punches and kicks, and I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, because I know there is a 6-button Mega Drive controller, which I have, and for fighting games, it is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and it's like less cumbersome on your thumbs when you're doing like some of the special moves. Because sometimes I want to quickly switch from a Hadouken to that spinning kick thing that Ryu does. I can't pronounce it because it's in Japanese, but to me it sounds like he's saying the pipes are broken. Yeah, the pipes are broken. Yeah, that's what it sounds like with the crunchy voices on the Mega Drive. They had a game of Mega Bomberman. Yeah, absolutely fantastic game. I don't own Mega Bomberman, but I have played it before on emulators. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant game. What other games did we play on there? We played Sonic the Hedgehog, of course. You can't have a Sega Mega Drive without Sonic. It's like not having. It's like having. I know it's a marriage made in heaven. Mega Drive and Sonic. It's like fish and chips, and it's like having salt on your chips. Yeah, you get the idea. Yeah, there was the original Sonic and Sonic 2, which is my favourite Sonic title of all time. As far as I'm concerned, my opinions on the Sonic games have changed quite a bit because, as I say, I remember being impressed with Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I went back to them not that long ago, and after about 5 or 10 minutes, I had to turn the game off. I couldn't fucking stand it. I'm sorry. I know people like the adventure games, but I don't know. I just play them like, nah, not for me anymore. Because, I did have fond memories of playing Adventure 2 Battle on the Nintendo GameCube because, like, yeah, I know I played on a mate's GameCube in, like, when was it, 2002, 2003, I can't remember, because, the GameCube at that time was fairly new. But yeah, the thing that annoyed me the most, I gotta be honest with you, I remember quite liking the music, but after listening to Escape to the City for like a minute, I'm like, shut it off, I can't listen to it anymore. I know the people who did the soundtrack at Crush 40. I know some people like the songs, but I'm sorry, the lyrics in the songs, oh my god, I want to fucking scratch a chalkboard, please make it stop. Please make it stop. That's what it's like. It's like someone scratching. It's like going. Yeah, it's like doing that. I mean, the soundtrack in Adventure 1 is more tolerable, but after about half an hour of that, I got sick of it. I don't know. I remember liking the game at the time, but I don't know. After a while, I just couldn't stand it, and I sold the games to CEX or Cash Converters, whichever one. There's some games like, nah, I've had enough, I'm getting rid. I know I've sold some of my most of my game collection. Sorry, I've got a bit of an itchy nose. Yeah, it's fine now. When I'm not on stream, it doesn't do that. But here I am on camera. I know my skin starts crawling. I don't know why. Weird. But anyway, getting back on track with the gaming day thing on. I mentioned we were playing Street Fighter, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, Mega Bomberman, and what other games did we play on the Mega Drive? I think one of them was Outrun. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm a massive fan of Outrun, one of the best racing games ever made. I originally played Outrun. I remember playing Outrun in the arcades in Wales, I think it was. I can't remember. It was either in real or Llandudno. But yeah, it was the sit-down cab of the original Outrun from 1986. Yeah, I mean, this was back in like the late 90s, very early 2000s. So yeah, that was a good game. But yeah, the Mega Drive version is an excellent conversion, honestly. If you haven't played Outrun, then you should. I mean, there's other Outrun games. There was Outrun 2, which was on the Xbox, which that was great. Then there was Outrun, the one from 2006. It was Coast to Coast, I think. That was on the PS2 and the Xbox. The Xbox version is better, but I had it on the PS2, and I mean it was fine, but I thought the Xbox version was just so much better. And I don't even know why the Dreamcast didn't get an Outrun game. I mean, Outrun was also on the Saturn, but yeah. The two other games were, I mean, the game. I own all of these games on the Mega Drive except for Mega Bomberman. The other two games I played were Revenge of Shinobi, which I played a little bit of that. That game is absolutely fantastic, but it's really hard. I've only ever completed it a couple of times. Yeah, because that final boss, frustrates the hell out of me. And another game, and the last game that we played, which is a game a fantastic platformer. I know some people think of it as a little bit of a Sonic rip-off, but it's a well-made game, and honestly, it's almost as good. Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster's Hidden Treasure. I mean, I wasn't a fan of the Tiny Toon Adventures cartoon as a kid. I don't know, I preferred Looney Tunes, but as far as platformers goes, Buster's Hidden Treasure is a really good game. It's not too difficult, though. The last level where you get chased by Elmira is a nightmare in itself, and I don't think you want to know how many times I died doing that, but eventually I got the final boss himself's really easy. Of course, is Montana Max. If you know the Tiny Toon Adventures cartoon. But yeah, that is an absolutely it's a good game. Magazines at the time gave it reviews in the 90%. They did. But yeah, the gaming day event was fantastic. I mean, yeah, they had like pizzas and everything, but I didn't eat the pizza because I brought in my own packed lunch. Yeah, I always bring my own bag in because otherwise I'd starve. I mean, you near places like Subway, Domino's Pizza, and all that lot, but nah. I prefer to bring my own food in. I don't know, when I'm at work, I prefer eating sandwiches, stuff like that. Sandwiches, wraps, whatever. I prefer eating cold stuff. But as I say, it's been a mad few days because I mean, all of us who where I work, like I say, we all organised it, and as I say, it was a great day all round. Because where I am, we do graphic design, but as I say, we do an awful lot of stuff for charity. So yeah, we always it's always good to spread the word around. But as I say, at least we're not at least we're not supporting England, or well, we would support England in the World Cup. But because it's held in Qatar, then because it's in Qatar, I'm not watching it at all. I'm not watching the World Cup on telly because yeah, some of the games will be on at like 3 o'clock in the morning or 6. I'm not getting out of bed. I like my sleep. I like to stay in bed if and when I can, but obviously you know that's not possible when you got other stuff to do. And yeah. I know the reason why I'm not happy with the World Cup being held in Qatar, as a lot of people, is because yeah, the conditions, people have died. They're building the stadiums, and their country do not, as I say, they don't respect the LGBTQ community. Which, I mean, all the reason why it's in Qatar is because of money. That's all it is. They have no passion. FIFA have no passion. They don't care about the well-being of their fans. Yeah, they don't care about the well-being of the normal people. To them, it's just cash. All it is just money, 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 and that is all they ever care for. And I will be back in a second. Just gotta do a quick jump cut. Right, I'm back. So yeah, I was talking about yeah, the World Cup being held in Qatar. Like I say, no one wants it being held in their country because, like I say, FIFA are only interested in the money. They don't give a shit about the fans' well-being. They don't give a shit about the people who've built the stadiums. Yeah, the people who've died due to the heat and everything. Yeah. I'm sorry. A World Cup, I don't care. A World Cup should be held every 4 years in June in countries that actually have history in football, like England, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Brazil even. Yeah, because at least they have history of football. Qatar is just a money country. Yeah. Yeah, and they have like, as far as I'm concerned, manufactured football teams. Yeah, just football teams for greed. no passion whatsoever. How on earth are they a football nation? I don't even know how they're in the World Cup, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't wonder how many fans they have in their country. I can't imagine very many. So yeah, the thing that I don't get is we've had opportunities that have hosted the World Cup here in England. When was it the last time we held it here in the World Cup? That's right, the year we won the World Cup in 1966. The last time we've had a proper tournament here was Euro 96. So what's their excuse? Other countries have had it more often than we have. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying our country deserves it. But compared to Qatar, we deserve it more than they do. That's for sure. Heck, even the Republic of Ireland deserve it more than Qatar. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, as I say, money. They don't care about the fans. I'm not watching the World Cup. I'll have a look at the results on BBC Sport or whatever, because I'm not paying attention to any of the games. I mean, not even the final, because I know England will probably get past their group. I'll be surprised if we get past the last 60, because that selection of Southgate's is dreadful. I'll be honest with you, his selection is dreadful. But in some ways, it's a blessing in disguise for some of those players who are not representing England, though they should. It's a blessing in disguise, because at least they don't have to play in the unfit conditions, which they're unfit. Yeah, do they understand there's a thing called heat stroke? I mean, I know obviously you get hot and bothered when you're playing football, but in those temperatures, no. And it's going to cause... And so these players are going to get injured, which, of course, I mean, everyone gets injured at a World Cup. But it's going to be more of a problem for when they get back to, like, the Premier League, Championship, the other leagues around the world, like Serie A, Bundesliga and La Liga. So it's going to cause problems for them, because they're going to have to deal with more injuries, and no one wants to be dealing with injuries, do they? Especially in big important results. I'm sorry. That could have been avoided if FIFA had chosen the World Cup to be hosted in a different country or a different continent. Yeah, I don't get why. They need to sort this shit out, because I've got to be honest with you. If it keeps being like this, then that's it. International football for me is done. I'm not joking anymore. It's getting to that point where I couldn't give two shits about the World Cup or even the Euros, because I know for a fact that England not winning it, I'm used to it by now, fine, but it's the way they treat the footballers, the fans and everything. They just treat them like crap. But yeah, and then you have these former footballers who are now pundits, like Gary Lineker and Gary Neville. They're saying that they don't respect what Qatar is doing. Yet they'll happily go to their country because it gives them more money in their account. Yeah, they say, oh yeah, I don't respect the rights on LGBTQ and all that. Like, I don't respect their rights. Yeah, if you don't respect their rights, why the fuck are you going to Qatar? If you don't say one thing and then do the exact opposite, are you fucking stupid? I'm sorry for swearing, but I can't help it. Stuff like that gets on my absolute nerves. And obviously, I hate this bloody virtue signalling thing, what they're doing in football. Football should be about football. It should be about the players. It should be about the fans. It shouldn't be about all this money. I mean, I know more money does get you world-class players, but that's it. It's just money at the end of the day. I know that in some ways, I actually feel as if the Premier League has ruined it, because it introduced players with like ridiculously expensive bills. What the hell am I about? Ridiculously expensive wages. Yeah, they're giving like players like £350,000 a year. even some players who are just absolutely lazy. That money should go to people like doctors and nurses because they save lives. Footballers do not. So I don't get why. Yeah, the passion just isn't there anymore. And if there is passion, well, if there is, we're not seeing it. I just get absolutely fed up. But I think I've ranted enough on the football bit. So yeah, I think I shall call this a vlog an end. I mean, I do apologise for the lack of content recently. I've just been super busy. Yeah, I've tried fitting in time for when I can do a video, but recently I've just not. Yeah, because after one thing happens, something else occurs, and that's it. So I hope you understand. So anyway, I shall see you in the next video. I'm not sure when my next video will be, but rest assured there will be content. So, well, not content, I hate the word content. Video, yeah, that's it. So I will try and make sure that there is a video where a few more videos within the next couple of weeks just before Christmas. So anyway, I hope you have a good day and I shall see you very soon. Take care.